in Concacaf Nations League play. Sean St. Jacques, our entire crew, a privilege to be with you here tonight to kick off League B Group B play in the DR. As you see, 85 degrees, 4% chance of precipitation, and 5-mile-per-hour winds. Bit of clouds hanging overhead, but it looks to be a very beautiful night for the beautiful game in a very beautiful place in the Dominican Republic, and we are excited for it. Nicaragua, of course, also going to play a big part in this tonight. We'll see how they get along. Both teams have a big amount of talent, and here is the Group B that these two teams are going to try and get themselves out of in this promotion relegation setup once again in the Concacaf Nations League lower groups. And of course, the goal is to get into League A with a chance to play for the big trophies in the region. There is no question about that, and this is the first step on that journey. Again, it's worth mentioning, first time these two have ever met in Nations League play, but it's the third all-time meeting between these two nations in competitive play. The Dominican Republic have won the prior 2 meetings, but Nicaragua have plenty of big-time experience. 6 wins in their 12 prior Concacaf Nations League performances. They're hoping to add on to that tonight. And for the Dominican Republic, 12 prior games in the Concacaf Nations League as well. 5 defeats, but they also have 4 wins and 3 draws. You can already hear some atmosphere building here at the Estadio Olímpico Felix Sanchez. We're excited to bring this one to you. League B, Group B gets started with the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua, and the kickoff is moments away.
Damas y caballeros, por favor, demos la bienvenida a la Liga de Naciones Concacaf 2023-2024 a los equipos nacionales de Nicaragua y República Dominicana. con el himno nacional de la República Dominicana.
A great rendition of both countries' national anthems here in Santo Domingo, in the Dominican Republic. Sanchez here with you. We're moments away from the kickoff in League B, Group B, between the Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. First things first, as the teams make their acquaintances with each other and with our officials. We can meet the teams, get to the starting lineups. Dominican Republic all-time in this series have done very, very well. 2 wins out of 2, but of course the first time these two have met on this stage in the Concacaf Nations League. And we'll see if Nicaragua can make a bit of history for their country tonight. The first ever win over the DR, and of course it would come in the DR to make it even more the sweeter. The lineup for Marcelo Nevelev's Dominican Republic looks like this. Tony Romero and Gian Lopez, the captain, 2 key players. They're the joint leading CONCACAF Nations League goal scorers for the DR with 3 goals apiece. Ronaldo Vasquez and Eric Hanigua are all going to be important. And in that midfield, Jeremy Baez and Heinz Morschel are also crucial cogs for the hosts. Captains will meet in the center. Gian Lopez, the captain for the Dominican Republic, in the white kit from head to toe, the blue trim, and in the dark blue, the light blue across the front. Juan Barrera captains the side for Nicaragua. And it is Patrick Senna-Charles of Haiti who is our head official today in the DR. It is a Haitian and Jamaican officiating crew for this match tonight. Juan Barrera captains this side for Nicaragua. Marcelo Figueroa is the head coach, and the attacking 2 up front, Alianher Smith and Juan Luis Perez, will be very crucial players for them. Harold Medina, who's had a great club season with Real Esteli, as well, is going to be a very important piece in the midfield. Jason Coronel as well. Henry Nino and Oscar Acevedo lead the back line for tonight's visitors. Well, both sets of players involved in very good club seasons, some in CONCACAF play with the Caribbean Cup in full swing, the Central American Cups headed to the knockout stages. Multiple clubs from both competitions are represented on both sides tonight, which only means that it's going to be a very enthralling contest with plenty of talent on display for both sets of players. And we're excited to see who gets out on the right foot in this very competitive League B, Group B in the CONCACAF Nations League. And again, just to reiterate, the Dominican Republic are in their home whites tonight. They'll be kicking from left to right. It will be Nicaragua in their dark blues with the light blue trim across the front. And it's Nicaragua who get us started here in Santo Domingo. They kick from right to left. The ball goes out of play. In League B, Group B, has liftoff here in the DR. Can the Dominican Republic continue their immaculate record in all competitions against Nicaragua, or will it be a historic night for Marco Figueroa's group on the road? First ever Nations League meeting. Maybe a change of scenery and an upping of the level of competition could lead to Nicaragua's historic first ever triumph on Dominican soil. It's going to roll past Juan Barrera, the captain, who is offside. The Dominican Republic do win the ball back, and they clear their lines. And maybe an opportunity in behind here. Romero looking for a free kick on the edge of the penalty area. Referee sees it to be a fair challenge. Inside of a minute, Nicaragua regained possession after a challenge that sometimes, if it goes wrong, could put you in a tough spot, but it goes Nicaragua's way on that occasion. Johan Guzman clearing the lines there for the Dominican Republic. He's in goal tonight for the hosts. Miguel Rodriguez on the other side of things, and Marcelo Nevalef for the Dominican Republic knows how important these home games are in the Concacaf Nations League group stage to have some success, and maybe an opportunity here. It runs into the penalty area, and a shot from Darlin Reyes is deflected out. It's an early corner for the Dominican Republic. It was a nice little ball, but it actually turned out to be even better as it ran past Vasquez initially. And the chance nearly opened up. From the corner, it's headed to the outskirts of the penalty area. It's volleyed! It's just a whisker wide of Rodriguez's post. Not a bad hit whatsoever. Did it take a deflection in the end? Cesar Garcia unleashed it. It's going to be another corner for the Dominican Republic. What a strike from the defender. And Miguel Rodriguez, I think, had a split second where he wasn't sure if that was going to go on target or not. The goalkeeper for Nicaragua. And now a set piece upcoming for the hosts here. Sambataro will whip this in. It's dangerous. It's headed towards the back end of the penalty area for Romero, whose cross is blocked. And the hosts will keep it in play on the far side. Romero chops it into the penalty area. Garcia tries to hit one, then tries to maneuver his way free. In the end, he's dispossessed. Guzman will reset the play for the DR. I have to say, what a strike. Cesar Garcia unleashed a vicious effort in the middle of that sequence, and Marco Figueroa had his heart skip a beat for a moment, but in the end it went out of play. And his side now gets their first opportunity. Trying to find some space, but Matias Molskred dispossessed. Now Acevedo for Nicaragua. Near side Medina. Beg your pardon, Molskred again. Forcing it into the middle, and it is cleared. A couple of miscues there. Reyes breaks free here for the Dominican Republic. It's a lovely push and a chase. Reyes tries to cross it. Again, enough of a challenge came in to stop his progress. He was looking for a foul there in the build-up. And possibly a foul inside the penalty area. Neither came. And Nicaragua can again breathe a sigh of relief. Another look here. It's a great run. Darlin Reyes, and looks like the challenge gets a bit of the ball there. Tough to tell how much contact there was on Reyes. And now a Nicaraguan player goes down on the back end of the play. Possibly stemming from the challenge you just saw. Well, especially on the road. You don't want to lose important players this early. Hopefully it's just a bump or a bruise from a Nicaraguan point of view here. As Eric Paniagua gets some pointers from his manager. Bright start for the Dominican Republic, it must be said. Not too many forays forward in these first 5 minutes for Nicaragua, but they've shown some good signs in the midfield and defensively. They are going to be tough customers tonight, as we expected. had some great action yesterday with all three leagues kicking off, and it's been more of the same today. Big games still to come tonight, but this is certainly a massive one in League B in particular. Two teams that are looking at themselves and feeling that they are contenders to advance up the table, up the leagues in the Nations League. Hoping that this can be that first step tonight. And for those just joining us, we had a bit of an injury stoppage. Marvin Fletes, who plays for the aforementioned Real Estadio. We've already progressed to the knockout stages in the Concacaf Central American Cup. They were in a very difficult group. Found their way to go through in second place. Nice control by Ronaldo Vasquez. He plays for Atletico Pantoja, who have gotten off to their start in the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. It's all happening in Concacaf at the moment. Both competitions providing some immense drama and some amazing atmospheres. Central American Cup in particular. It's brought some incredible passion and, most importantly, great play to the fore. And the Caribbean Cup has certainly done the same. Now these players get an opportunity to continue the success with their clubs and bring that momentum in with their national teams during this, some call it an international break, but it isn't for the players. There's still very important games for them to play, including this one. And of course, from a Nicaraguan point of view, there's history on the line tonight. A chance to beat the Dominican Republic for the first time at the third attempt. Crossfield ball onto this near side. Acevedo, another Real Estadio player, able to control it. Oh, a bit of a dangerous first touch from Juan Luis Perez. In the end, he lives to tell the tale. Doesn't give possession away. A nice little marauding run from Medina, who's always shifty. Near side Acevedo trying to cross into the middle, looking for Juan Barrera. It was cleared away. Harold Medina again, another Real Estadio player. Real Estadio is certainly well represented in the Nicaraguan national team. Dirianhen has a few players as well. Those have been two top clubs to watch in the Central American Cup. Talked about Pantoja and of course Cibao represented as well. There's also some dash of MLS presence as well on the bench for the Dominican Republic with Edison Azcona, who plays for the Fighting Lionel Messi's of Inter Miami in their organization in the United States. He started through on this near side, a bit of a chop forward from Ronaldo Vasquez. It's out of play, back to Nicaragua on the near side. Perez plays it centrally, has help from Coronel. Perez tries to weave his way through. Pass was cut out, but it's going to stay with Nicaragua. On the near side via throw, Oscar Acevedo. A little bit of a nudge in the back there. John Lopez. Free kick for the visitors. Can they make something of it here? Nicaragua have shown some good signs of possession, but as soon as I say that, they give the ball away. Can the DR counterattack here? And good build-up from Vasquez. Was threaded into the penalty area, too close to Miguel Rodriguez in the end, and the goalkeeper for Nicaragua gobbles it up. It's another errant clearance. Nicaragua win it back high up the field through Acevedo. Barrera pushing a chase towards the penalty area. Still Barrera. And it's shepherded out beautifully by Cesar Garcia. It's a goal kick. And the Dominican Republic took exception to the way this play ended here. Great defense, and then maybe a bit of afters there from Barrera. DR players took exception to it. The referee's on the scene to make sure the peace is kept between these two sides. Already a few games in the books in Nations League play. League A, Group B, Haiti and Cuba, 0-0. Earlier on tonight, Jamaica and Honduras in the late game tonight. That's a massive, massive game. Had the big game between Guatemala and El Salvador last night with the amazing performance from Guatemala. A 2-0 win. In League B play, Barbados and Montserrat are underway alongside our game. And Grenada and Suriname also currently playing. That's in League A as well. Let's give Belize and St. Vincent and the Grenadines some love as well. Big win for St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 2-1. Bermuda and French Guiana playing to a 0-0 draw earlier today as well. So it's been a jam-packed day of Nations League action, and still the one game to come tonight. The Reggae Boys playing a huge game against La Ache. Poked over the top initially, but again, it's well defended by the same man, Cesar Garcia. What a start to the game for him on both ends of the pitch. And he put a beautiful volley on target, and then he's been cleaning up defensively for the Dominican Republic so far, snuffing out all of the Nicaraguan chances. The ball did just about go out of play, couldn't be saved. Although it's a Nicaraguan throw. The Dominican Republic were under the assumption that if a Nicaraguan player tried to save it and didn't, then it would be their throw. But the assistant on the far side says it'll stay with the visitors. Coronel tries to find some space up the channel. Again, too many Dominican Republic players around the two attacking strikers for Nicaragua. And it's been on there, Smith and the captain, Juan Barrera, that haven't had too much service through the middle so far. It's been on this near side where Barrera's done some damage, but hasn't created a big chance yet. Ooh, nice ball ahead here for Nicaragua. Can they create something from this? Chance to cross it. Oh, it was a great, great cross, but guess who? Cesar Garcia wipes it out. Brilliant challenge. And the Dominican Republic get a throw-in out of this. This is a beauty of a cross into the middle by Smith, but it's erased by Garcia. With Juan Barrera licking his lips, ready for a chance to smash it home on the back end. But Garcia makes sure he didn't get the opportunity. And now the Dominican Republic could have a chance at the other end. A stumble though on the end. No foul, I think, is the right decision there. Was it Vasquez who nearly broke free? Yes, it was. Ronaldo Vasquez, I think, fell under his own power. And now Nicaragua could break on the other end. Barrera's in the middle. Smith tries to find him. It's Barrera. And Guzman beats him to it. All of a sudden, an end-to-end game is broken out here. And the DR break again once more. Lovely little overlapping run. Paniagua's ball in. Oh, but he was able to get there in time. Reyes picks up the pieces. Still Reyes, can he find somebody in a white shirt? Decent cross, too close to Henry Nino on the defensive end for Nicaragua, and the hosts will settle for a throw on the far side. Or is it? Oh, the official has pointed for a corner when I could have sworn that it went out on the left side of the flag, but the Nicaraguan players seem to feel the same way. Maybe the referee missed the tail end of that. That looked like that was a throw. Dominican Republic thought it was a throw. It's a corner instead. Nearly fell for an opportunity. Garcia unleashes another effort. This one not as close, and it flashes over the top. I have to say, I don't think Nicaragua should have been asked to defend that corner, but in the end, they do the job. Vasquez, 3 men around him. He has Reyes for company. Again, Vasquez, although it ping-pongs around, and in the end, it's out for a throw. In the back end, it's Molsgrad who clears for Nicaragua. Smith again trying to hold up the play. He does ever so well to keep that alive, but in the end he's dispossessed. Looked for a foul that never came, and the Dominican Republic can come the other way at great pace here. Baez, in the end, had help either side. I'm not sure where he was trying to go with that. Bit of frustration on the back end, but the attack fizzles out for the hosts. How about the breakneck pace of the break by Jeremy Baez? In the end, couldn't really materialize into much for the Dominican Republic. Dangerous pass out by Rodriguez, and a miscue at the back by Sanchez allows the Dominican Republic to regain possession rather cheaply, it must be said. It's a match that I'd recommend waiting maybe to halftime to get the drinks and the snacks out. As soon as you get up off of your seat, you might miss something here. It's going to go out of play. It'll stay with Nicaragua. It's one of those games where there's ebbs and flows, moments where teams are just feeling each other out in this one, and then all of a sudden, 3 chances come in quick succession, end-to-end stuff. That's how the first nearly 20 minutes have played out. The 4th official on this near side, Carl Henry Eli of Haiti, having a word with the center official, Patrick Sena-Charles. Unfortunately, we don't have any mind readers on our crew. Not quite sure what they were talking about there. But we're back underway. It's a lovely little move by Medina, but his pass is picked off. Sambatardo's ball forward is headed away by Perez. And a whistle on the back end, and the DR not happy with the decision, but it's a Nicaraguan free kick. Ball floated forward, looking for Medina, it appeared on that far side. In the end, easy enough for Johan Guzman in goal for the Dominicans here. far side. Played all the way back for Garcia. And Garcia takes out his pitching wedge to the far side. Kept in play. Nice incisive ball through the middle for Lopez. And a chance briefly for Reyes, but he couldn't quite control that. Nicaragua can reset their attack here. Nino. It's Rodriguez who tried to just float it down the far side. He manages to find Medina. Harold Medina lofts one into the penalty area. It finds Acevedo. Acevedo's cross is blocked away by Baez. Now can Jeremy Baez lead the break again? Played centrally here. This is Vasquez. It's in behind for Reyes, who misses the chance. What an opportunity on the break for the Dominican Republic. I'm not sure if Miguel Rodriguez got a touch to that for Nicaragua. I think we're about to find out. Another incisive break here. Or maybe it was the defender that gets a boot onto this on the back end. Maybe a combination of the two. In the end, Nicaragua do just about enough. Although based on the fact that it's a goal kick, maybe nobody got a touch to that. Either way, Dominican Republic miss a massive chance there. Lovely interplay, Baez to Vasquez, and Reyes just couldn't hit the target. Maybe Baez will get another opportunity here. He pushes it into the penalty area. It's Paniagua! It's blocked off the 6-yard line and out of play. More crucial defending. Molskred getting in the way this time. And again, Nicaragua are on the back foot here with the Dominicans looking for the opening salvo. Now then, Michael Sambataro's ball in. It gets past everybody in the end, and Perez trying to keep that alive. Ends up seeing it go last off of De Lucas. We thought that he might have been elbowed there. Regardless, it's a Nicaraguan throw. Tough to tell definitively on the replays we saw, but very easily could have gotten a touch there. Miguel Rodriguez, the Nicaraguan goalkeeper, and again, the last-ditch tackle that came in just before that to deny Darlin Reyes. Now can Nicaragua find an opportunity at the other end? Smith gets towards the penalty area. He has Molskred for company. Again, Nicaragua are forced further back. Molskred, we had the right idea. Smith and Barrera, at least live, looked like they were in an onside position, a bit more delicate on the chip, and one of them at least could have had an opportunity to get on the end of it, possibly one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he puts too much on it, the defender, and the attack breaks down. Now then, Paniagua is dispossessed. Another Nicaraguan player goes down. Jason Coronel was looking for a free kick. We play on with the Dominican Republic in possession. Floated towards Reyes in the penalty area. Cleared away by Stali Perez, who continued to run up the field with it, and he wins a free kick. The game has been picked up a couple of notches these last few minutes. Goalkeeper's got to be careful here, Rodriguez. He was very cool under pressure. Ball is given back, Reyes. A reverse ball to the far side. Shot does come in, it's deflected on its way through from Vasquez. Paniagua keeps it alive for the hosts. Paniagua, this is Jeremy Baez. Baez gets to the byline, decent cross. It's need, I think, in the end. And then cleared away by Coronel, but not definitively. It's Reyes. His shot is headed away. Again, Nicaragua bending, but not quite breaking at the back. Despite the efforts here from the Dominican Republic, and they're going to come forward again. Ball was intended for Reyes. And Reyes does everything he can to keep it in play, but it goes over the end line. Clearly the pace and also the build-up play has been to the strength of the Dominican Republic so far. Nicaragua been a bit more tactical in their build-up play. It's led to some half chances. The Dominican Republic have come the closest so far. Reyes' big chance spurned in a transitional moment. And that keeps us at level pegging. Approach the half-an-hour mark. Smith trying to head it towards Barrera, but the pair were outnumbered, and then a big defensive stand there from Acevedo to stop another breakout on this near side. Now can Nicaragua create something here? Rodriguez curling it towards the penalty area. Garcia defensively there for the Dominican Republic. And now the break is on. Reyes using his pace. A lovely sweeper-keeper moment there. Miguel Rodriguez knew what was going to happen. And again, he wipes out the chance. Great anticipation on the visiting goalkeeper. That's how quickly the Dominican Republic can break. Garcia just chopping it out wide. Reyes is asking for it. Vasquez. It's in the end. Cheryl dispossessed. This is Harold Medina for Nicaragua. And a little bit of a push in the back there on John Lopez. Free kick for the hosts. Look here, Lopez. It's just about in between Medina and the ball. Medina does outstretch the arm there. This ball is played in behind, looking for Vasquez. Right idea. Too much on it. That man has been sweeping things up. If it was a bit more delicate of a ball in behind, he may have gotten his hands on it. Miguel Rodriguez. He's done ever so well in his last few minutes. In some moments, he's really needed to come to the fore. Baez pokes it in behind, and maybe another chance here to cross it by Romero. And again, it's dispossessed, and another opportunity for Medina for Nicaragua. Near side, Smith. Smith goes on, good cross in, and an opportunity for Barrera. Then the whistle goes, I think the flag goes up here. And the sequence ends. Wow, Juan Barrera nearly redirects that on target. Again, the Dominican Republic's defense does the job. Now, goals have been coming in this match. When will one of these sides find the breakthrough moment? Chance for Paniagua. Lopez pinging one over the top. He was looking for Reyes. He finds Rodriguez instead. Romero and Lopez are the two top goal scorers in Nations League play for the Dominican Republic. It's been others who have come close to adding on to their respective tallies. Smith has 3 goals for Nicaragua in Concacaf Nations League play. It's one of the top marks for the visitors. And it's another dangerous ball in behind, trying to find Johnny Romero. But again, Miguel Rodriguez is there. The Dominican Republic have been a bit more likely to score, but Nicaragua have had a few moments where they've looked lethal. It's a lovely little back heel up ahead for Smith. Molsgrad, though, dispossessed. Tries to make up for it and commits a foul. It's a free kick for the DR. And we see it all the time in the beautiful game at times. The errant pass and the immediate want and need to make up for it, only to see it compounded by awarding the opposition a free kick. This could fall for Reyes. In behind, it's headed just about out of the penalty area, but Paniagua keeps it alive. Romero keeps it in, finds the waiting arms of Rodriguez, and actually looks like the sequence was blown to a stop before that. So the flag was up, and it would not have counted even if Romero had found the back of the net from that very difficult angle. In that sequence, it looked like he was trying to pass anyway. Montserrat and Barbados are the other two in this group. Only one team gets promotion to League A. Which is why a game like this is so important. Of course, the team that finishes bottom is relegated to League C. There have been changes to Concacaf Nations League. That is not one of them. That has been in place. Even in this, if you will, 3.0 version of the Concacaf Nations League, that has remained a constant. But of course, for example, in the past version, there was Gold Cup spots on the line. This time around, when you look at the League A groups, there is Copa America places up for grabs. Ten minutes left in the half here. Barrera's dispossessed. It's a Dominican Republic throw. Two teams that are in the middle, of course, would finish second and third, and they'd stay in League B. Of course, there is a long way to go before we decide that. This is a very important game to see who can get out on the front foot. Dominican Republic have been out on the front foot for a big chunk of this first half. Paniagua wins a throw-in for his country on the near side. from the throw. It was headed into a dangerous area by Fletes, but in the end, Rodriguez was first to it for Nicaragua on the back end. And we are keeping an eye on the other games going on. And of course, one of those other games is between Barbados and Montserrat. They're in the 37th minute. And Barbados has a 2-1 lead. Meanwhile, Medina, lovely skill. Plays it out wide here. Barrera, and he crossed it into the middle. Molskred was there, but it took a little bit too long, I think, for Nicaragua to develop it. But it's positive play. And we'll get a throw in on the far side. Great ball from Medina, and maybe that first touch needed to be the cross from Barrera. Leads to a throw in on the far side. Rodriguez. This looped into the penalty area. It's headed centrally. Oh, it's gone in. Molskred put his hands on his head, and I don't think he could believe his luck. Nicaragua have the lead against the run of play. They stayed with it, and their persistence has paid off. I'm not sure if Molskred got the last touch on it. He looked like he had made a mistake. Based on his body language, he's only gone and scored the opening goal. Another look here, it's a lovely delivery. Acevedo's header, and Molskred, you could see, he almost looks like he made a mistake, but he ends up scoring here. Another look, maybe it hits off of DeLucas on the way through. It'll be interesting to see if this goes down as an own goal. But in the grand scheme, Nicaragua won't care. They've scored the first goal. And at the moment, it is going to go down as a Matthias Molskred goal. It was such an odd moment. He looked like he was reacting as if he had missed the chance and made a mistake. Lo and behold, he scored the opening goal of the match. And Nicaragua lead in Santo Domingo. Sometimes on the big stage, peculiar moments happen. That's one of them. Matthias Molskred, again, looked like he was about to beat himself up as if he had made a mistake, and his hands were on his head, quite literally. And when he came to, in his moment of frustration, he realized the great moment he had just put together for his country. And again, the Dominican Republic had looked the more likely. Not that Nicaragua hadn't created anything. They had some half chances, but they take the first moment of the match. And the Dominican Republic on home soil find a riposte. Paniagua, decent cross into the middle. It's headed out, and Molskred, the goal scorer, comes out with it. Quickly dispossessed, but the clearance ricochets off of Jean Lopez, and it's a goal kick. Ground eat me up moment potentially for Molskred from his point of view. Turns into a look what I found moment for Nicaragua. And with 5 minutes left in the half, the complexion of the match has totally changed here. Now it's the Dominican Republic who have to chase it instead of searching for the opening salvo. Could that allow Nicaragua to find some more openings here? Barrera's ball down the line for Smith. Smith tries to chop it past DeLucas. He's able to stay with it. Here's Acevedo, who goes down as getting the assist on the goal. Acevedo finds some space. Oh, it's an absolutely delightful finish! Oscar Acevedo with a goal out of the top drawer. And Nicaragua have scored twice in quick succession. It's a quite splendid finish. And the Nicaraguans are in dreamland. It's 2-0. Look at this. He means this, Acevedo. It's an absolutely sensational goal. That is not a cross, that is a shot, and there is nothing Johan Guzman could do about that. A moment of pure Nicaraguan class. That's a goal that the top players around the world would be proud of, from Oscar Acevedo. And the Dominican Republic can't believe it. After coming so close to scoring themselves, they're 2-0 down on the stroke of halftime. But it must be said, not many goalkeepers would save that from Oscar Acevedo. An audacious finish of the highest quality. Talk about complete compare and contrast between the goals. The Dominican Republic do win a corner here with 3 minutes left in the half. The first goal was quite likely an accident, if you will, from Molskred. He didn't realize he had scored. And then Oscar Acevedo paints a beautiful, picturesque goal for the second. Dare I say, an Acevedo moment of magic has given Nicaragua a 2-0 lead. And the DR find an immediate response. All three players had a chance at it. As the ball was placed into a dangerous area, nobody got good contact on it. I think it's gone all the way through for another corner here. It's a great ball in. Oh, and you can see there, Heinz Morschelt thought he was going to get his head to it. He couldn't redirect it. And the host will try again. 2 minutes left in the half. Another good ball whipped in. This time it's headed away by Acevedo. Medina is brought down. Free kick for Nicaragua. Well, 7 or 8 minutes ago, as the whistle had long gone here, the referee had given a free kick. The Dominican Republic had come so close on multiple occasions, and it was a 0-0 game. 2 goals in a matter of moments have completely changed the tide here. And Nicaragua, who have never beaten the Dominican Republic in 2 prior meetings, are 45 minutes and change away from making some history. 2 goals in 3 minutes time, 38th minute, 41st minute. As we enter the final minute of normal time at the end of the half. Another free kick for the Dominican Republic. A little ball here. Vasquez tries to shoot. But the deflection on its way through took the sting out of the effort. And it's held by Miguel Rodriguez. Held up here by Medina. It was nearly given away. It ends up being given away. It's a free kick. Coronel. A bit of frustration between 2 sets of players here. Both teams have to try to keep their cool as we enter first half stoppage time. Can the Dominican Republic get a goal back on the stroke of halftime? 2 added minutes still to play. League B, Group B. Getting underway with this game here, and of course the game between group rivals Montserrat and Barbados. Nicaragua with a bit of a smash and grab in this first half. 2-0 up, the Dominican Republic are on the attack. But not for long, as the ball comes in and trickles its way out. And certainly a big halftime team talk is upcoming for Marcelo Nevalev's group. After trying to put the last 7 or 8 minutes behind them here, Dominican Republic, and trying to get off the mat. Reyes. Still a chance for the DR to have the last say of the half. Referee blows his whistle. It's a free kick. Morshell goes down. Yellow card is going to come out here. It looks like Henry Nino is the first player for either side to have his name taken by the center official. Have a look here. It's a bit of a nibble. Morshell was driving towards the penalty area. Referee does give him a yellow card. There's the confirmation. And a late set piece for Nicaragua to defend here. Maybe a chance to grab a lifeline here before the first half concludes. This could be a big turning point if the Dominican Republic can make something of it. Two men stand by it. Morshell and Sambataro. He's going to be Morshell. He stings the wall. Big swing and a miss by Lopez, but he keeps it alive here. Jeremy Baez chipping it into the penalty area. It is headed out. Chance for Nicaragua, maybe if there's still time to counterattack. Smith with a push and a chase. Using his pace, it could open up for him through the middle. Lovely ball in behind. Harold Medina. It's a great back heel. Tried to find Barrera, and it is cleared away. Lovely counterattacking play from Nicaragua at the end of the half, and it nearly turned into another beautiful goal. It was cut out. There's still time, it appears. We've had 3 minutes of added time at the end of this half. So it'll be time for a Nicaraguan throw. Acevedo throws it in, and the referee blows his whistle for halftime in Santo Domingo. Well, the first 35 minutes, the Dominican Republic were in charge here at home. There's no question about that, but the mood has totally changed. The last 7 minutes of the half belonged to Nicaragua. An almost excuse me goal from Matias Molskred got it started, and then a moment of brilliance from Oscar Acevedo gave Nicaragua a lead of 2-0. That's the lead that they'll hold on to at the end of the first 45 minutes, and we'll see if the Dominican Republic can dig themselves out of a 2-0 hole. At the half in the Nations League in Santo Domingo, it is the Dominican Republic 0, Nicaragua 2.
Passion is women's football. The stars are in women's football. The Galazzos are in women's football. The best fans are in women's football. But this is not women's football. This is just football.
Sean St. Jacques back here with you. Teams are coming back out for the start of the second half here. League B, Group B. In the Concacaf Nations League, the Estadio Olímpico Felix Sanchez and Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic. What an end of the first half it was for Nicaragua. 2 goals in a matter of about 3 to 4 minutes. First goal, Matias Molskred, almost accidentally giving Nicaragua the lead, and then a moment of pure brilliance and class from Oscar Acevedo, lighting up the occasion, giving Nicaragua a lead of 2-0. These supporters, like what they saw prior to that, the Dominican Republic were much the better side at times for the first half an hour, 35 minutes or so, but then the complexion of the game completely changed in a matter of a few minutes. And Dominican Republic be in somewhat of a shocking fashion here, have to make up a 2-goal deficit if they are to get something from their opening group game in this Concacaf Nations League qualifying campaign. Again, only the top team advances out of this group into League A. That's why this match is so important. And the second half of it is underway. The Dominican Republic in their whites kick from left to right. Beg your pardon, right to left at the start of this second half. Nicaragua, they'll be going from left to right, trying to hold on to their 2-0 advantage. At the start of the second half, shot is fired in from Heinz Morschelt, and it goes over the top of Miguel Rodriguez's goal. The Dominican Republic will need to keep creating chances if they are to get back into this game. And it must be said, the defensive work that Nicaragua did, led by that man, Miguel Rodriguez, is what kept them in the game in 2 big moments. Clinical play and a moment of magic, it must be said. Oscar Acevedo's goal has to be one of the goals so far in these 48 hours of play in the Nations League. If not the best, it will be one that will be tough to top. One comes forward here, Ronaldo Vasquez. Plays for Pantoja. It's played here for Pantoja at the Estadio Olympico Felix Sanchez. He was one of the bright players for the DR in the first half. Now DeLucas tries to thread that through, looking for Reyes. Couldn't find him. It was cut out. And despite some brave efforts there from Harold Medina, Morschelt comes out with possession for the Dominican Republic. DeLucas. Thought that his teammate was down. He's going to keep going here, DeLucas. Nearly opened up for him. John Lopez. This is Baez. 3-weight in the middle for the Dominican Republic. Paniagua tries to find somebody. It's deflected on its way through. Acevedo heads it forward, and it's cleared upfield. And Cesar Garcia recycles the possession for the Dominican Republic. Lofts a beauty of a ball in. It's a spinning, wild shot in the end from Darlin Lopez. Pardon me, and Darlin Reyes. In the end, Reyes slashes it wide of the post and out of play. Second half is already underway between Barbados and Montserrat. It's still 2-1 to Barbados in that game. So in the live table, Nicaragua would go top, Barbados would go second, and Montserrat would sit in third. As it stands right now, the Dominican Republic would be in 4th place after 1 match day in the group. And again, 35 minutes into this match, I should say. There was no way anyone would have been thinking about that. But that is how crazy the beautiful game can be at times. It can change in an instant. That's why the Dominican Republic have hope here. It's played in behind. Ronaldo Vasquez has some space and curls a beautiful strike, but he can't hit the target. Miguel Rodriguez was rooted to the spot here. Nearly opens up as Reyes was asking for it, but then Vasquez not far away hurls it wide of the target. Ligue A has one other game going on at the moment as well. Grenada 0, Suriname 0 after Haiti and Cuba finished 0-0 earlier on, and then massive clash to come later on tonight. Jamaica, semi-finalists at the Gold Cup against Honduras. This is Smith for Nicaragua. Can the visitors find a third? That would certainly put them in pole position if they aren't already for 3 points. And Medina could certainly make some magic happen, but he's dispossessed. And DeLucas strides forward. He's taken out. It's a Dominican Republic free kick. And it's taken quickly. Vasquez in behind for Reyes. The shot is knocked down by Rodriguez. Not quite enough accuracy and sting in the shot to really trouble the goalkeeper, but Nicaragua were caught out there defensively and nearly paid the price. And Rodriguez trying to thread a ball through for Smith, and the ball was handled. Cesar Garcia not thrilled with the referee's decision. It'll be a Nicaraguan free kick. One back by Baez. Lovely ball through for Reyes. Erlen Reyes centrally. Vasquez stood up. There's one back by Lopez. Sent ahead. Sambataro. Sambataro gets it back. Trying a little give and go inside the penalty area. And it's one back again by Baez. Can Baez stay with it? Dominican Republic look for a free kick here on the challenge from Juan Barrera. It's a goal kick instead. Great extra effort here, not once but twice by Jeremy Baez, but the referee didn't see a foul there in the end. And gives a goal kick as the captain Juan Barrera in the end cleans things up for Nicaragua. Oh, there's going to be a booking here for time wasting against Miguel Rodriguez. That's been something that multiple federations around the world have been trying to crack down on, not only at the club level, but at the international level as well. And Patrick Senecharles didn't waste any time booking the goalkeeper for Nicaragua. Just in case that we get to that point, Nicaragua do have Cesar Salandia, or Salandia I should say, who's the backup goalkeeper. Should Miguel Rodriguez tempt fate. It's a lovely little scamper forward by Paniagua. Cross into the middle is dangerous. Chance for the shot! Oh, it's just wide of the post from Dorny Romero. Not a bad effort. He scored 3 Nations League goals in his career. He nearly hits the target again. Great control with his thigh initially, but couldn't quite put it on frame after the good effort from Paniagua. That's better from the Dominican Republic. Looks more like the first half an hour. Can they find a goal? That's the big question now. Can they be clinical enough in the final third to get back into the match? They've seemingly done everything else right on the pitch at times in this match, but they haven't been able to find a goal. And as that sequence played out, Jason Coronel finds himself into the referee's book with a challenge and a yellow card. Have a look here. It's a little push and a chase, and Coronel takes out Morshell there. And there's the confirmation of his yellow card. On the set piece, referee sees a push in the back as it was headed centrally by DeLucas. Free kick for Nicaragua. Reyes trying to start the play. This is Lopez slicing a ball through, little give and go. Romero is clipped. And that's a free kick in a dangerous position. Fouled by the goal scorer and assist man on the first goal, Oscar Acevedo. He clearly does clip him. Three men stand over this for the Dominican Republic. And there's a little bit of extracurriculars going on near the Nicaraguan wall. Referee and company trying to keep the peace, as well as some of the players. And from the free kick, it is smashed by Lopez into the wall. Nicaragua will once again retreat into their own penalty area. It's a Dominican Republic throw. Just throwing towards the penalty area. Comes back out for Baez. Decent ball in, but it's headed out by Barrera. Morchel. Tried to slice a ball through to Reyes. It's cut out. The Dominican Republic will recycle possession via a throw on the near side. Near side. Couple of ball rolls from Morchel, but he runs out of room. Can the Dominican Republic find a lifeline? With their supporters behind them. Maybe that's the moment that could lead to the comeback. Will it be Nicaragua's night at the third attempt against the first ever meeting between these two nations in the Nations League? But in two prior meetings, the Dominican Republic has come out on top. Should mention as well that the two goals that Nicaragua have scored tonight are the first two they've ever scored against the Dominican Republic. The DR had outscored Nicaragua 4-0 in the prior two meetings. That has changed tonight. Good challenge by Lopez. The captain does well there. Wins possession back. DeLucas, another striding run forward. He is pushed over by Barrera. He's pointing at the ball, but he very clearly puts an elbow into the back of DeLucas, who didn't appreciate it. And the referee tries to separate these two before it boils over. Tempers have frayed quite a bit in this second half. Well, actually, it's not just, it's a full-on push. It's not even an elbow. Very blatant from Barrera, referee all over it. And DeLucas didn't appreciate it. Meanwhile, a sub is going to be made. Josu Quijano is going to come on, and actually that's going to be the last act for Juan Barrera. The captain comes off for Nicaragua. Quijano, who also plays for Real Esteli, is going to come on to help the cause. From the set piece, it is Garcia's header. Paniagua, spinning effort. And again, too many bodies to see the ball go through to really have a chance of being a dangerous shot on target. And a reset for Johan Guzman. It's already been a night of firsts for Nicaragua. Can they get the ultimate first? First ever win at the Dominican Republic's expense. On Dominican Republic soil, no less. That's what's in front of them with just over half an hour to play. And to Lucas, again, trying to stride forward, trying to thread a ball through for Reyes. It's cut out. And Nicaragua come away with possession. Smith holds it up. Rodriguez looks for help. Estadio Rodriguez is surrounded on this near side and manages to keep it in play, but loses possession. Crowd continues to show their support for the DR. 2-0 is not insurmountable. Can they get the first goal? That's the question. Paniagua. Morshell. In by Vasquez, trying to find Reyes, but it's cut out. Goal scorer Moldskred tried to get it away. In the end, it's a foul, it's a free kick. It's going to go Nicaragua's way. There's one back. Can Reyes put the pressure on Quijano? Not quite. Nicaragua do well to play themselves out of danger there. Medina, another little chip. Moldskred looping it over the top, looking for Smith. Oh, and it could be played in behind accidentally here. It's another ambitious effort. This time it goes well over the top of Guzman's goal. Same man, Oscar Acevedo, trying to recreate the magic from the first half. Could you imagine if he had done it again? Not quite that time. Garcia. Paniagua, little cheeky flick to get out of trouble. As the ball rolls away, the referee, I believe, has stopped the play. He brought back for a Dominican Republic free kick. From the free kick, it's dangerous, but Reyes did well to get his head to it. It's nowhere near the frame of the goal. Changes upcoming. Carlos Ventura is going to come on for Eric Paniagua. Looks like we will see Inter Miami's Edison Azcona come on as well. Edison Azcona will come on. So he gives the information to the fourth official. He will come on for Darlin Reyes, who came so close to scoring in the first half. Gets a great ovation from his adoring public. And he's replaced by the Inter Miami talent, Edison Azcona. He's worked his way up through the lower leagues in the United States to get in with a shout for the first team. Oh, it's very difficult first team to break into at the moment, is it not, with the Barca boys, Messi, Alba, and Busquets, reigning supreme at the moment. Doesn't matter what competition they play in. We'll see what Edison Azcona is capable of. And for those that haven't seen him play in particular, just fits this Dominican Republic style so well with his pace and his technique and his ability. And he be a second half difference maker for the hosts? Nice little run on the far side by Romero. I think he played his ball in a fraction too early and it's cut out. Acevedo back for Medina. And I beg your pardon, Nicaragua getting a couple of changes ready. Looks like Jacob Montes and Jaime Moreno getting set to come on. Get to that in a moment. As Guzman came off his line and in the end concedes a throw. He couldn't hold on to it. Stanley Rodriguez's pressure forces the miscue. And with 25 minutes and change left, Nicaragua have the ball right where they want it. And they have a 2-goal advantage. Ball's thrown in right into Medina. Medina's ball bit into a no man's land kind of area, but Nicaragua keep possession. Perez tries to sting one towards the opposite side. It's put on a plate here for Rodriguez. Rodriguez plays it in behind, but Quijano beaten to it by Guzman. Baez trying to service it in behind for Vasquez, but Rodriguez will pick it up and needs to be careful because he's already been booked for time wasting. Referee's got a close eye on him. And Rodriguez this time does clear it before the referee gets involved. Good pressure here from Acevedo. He wins the ball off of Baez. All these little moments could push Nicaragua closer and closer to being at the top of the group when it's all said and done tonight. Another game in this group is still 2-1 to Barbados, 70th minute in that game. That game had 2 goals in the first 10 minutes as Kona gets into it with Quijano. And again, tempers are being tested here. And neither side need this. This juncture of the game, when there still could be a few more twists and turns, cooler heads are always going to prevail in these kinds of situations. Oh, yellow card is out here. I think that is that for Escona or is that for the Nicaraguan players? I think it's for Edison Escona here. Escona sees yellow shortly after coming on. It certainly helped to instigate that situation. There's no question about that, although Quijano didn't quite help the situation, but and again, when you get pushed, it's sometimes tough to keep calm. Well, we mentioned that 2 changes were in the offing for Nicaragua. Matias Moldsgrad, who didn't realize he had scored until it went into the back of the net. He is going to come off, it appears. Also, looks like Oscar Acevedo is going to come off. The 2 goal scorers are going to make way here. And Jacob Montes and Jaime Moreno are going to come on. Oscar Acevedo has had the moment of the match so far. His moment of magic in the 41st minute. Beautiful, delicate chip over the goalkeeper from outside the penalty area. Gave Nicaragua a 2-0 lead. Actually went for the same trick in the second half. Didn't go as well for him. But he's done his job. The 2 goal scorers are coming off. Nicaragua are inching closer to a victory. The Dominican Republic still have time to change the tale. Montes is already on. Moreno now joins the fray. First touch for Escona. Pass is dispossessed, and Nicaragua keep it with Medina. Chance to play Moreno down the near side, but Garcia is there. Guzman clears it. Great extra effort here from Moreno. Using his fresh legs to win a throw for Nicaragua. Medina. The Dominican Republic have 20 minutes plus stoppage time to try and save themselves something from the match. Quick update on the other match that's going on in League A. Grenada 0, Suriname 0. That game's still scoreless on the same juncture that we're at, 71st minute. We will see how that match plays out. That group is certainly up for grabs. League A Group B. And Jamaica and Honduras will make their opening statements later on tonight. Jamaica semi-finalist at the Gold Cup, only thwarted by the champions, Mexico. And Honduras, a bit of a disappointing campaign in the Gold Cup for them. They're going to hope to make amends in the Nations League as well. And the DR get back into this match in the meantime. Cross comes in, it's deflected away, not definitively clear. This is Azcona. What does he have up his sleeve here? Two players on him, and he maneuvers away from both of them. Cross into the middle is blocked. It's a sliced clearance away. Little dose of what Edison Azcona can bring to the table. Very shifty player. And Harold Medina, also very strong on the ball as well. He wins a throw. And again, the referee has to try and keep the peace here. Another chance for Medina. He's brought down. And it's a free kick. If Nicaragua can hold on, this could be a huge result for them. They'll be the favorites to go through into League A. There's still time left for the Dominican Republic, who also could feel if they can get a result from this position that they should be considered the favorite to advance. Only the winner of the group goes on to be promoted to League A. As the DR are getting a couple more changes prepared as well. In the meantime, at the moment for them, the ball is at the wrong end of the pitch. 2-0 leads are vulnerable. Sometimes people say it's the most vulnerable lead you can have. Comes down to game management, and so far Nicaragua have managed the second half rather well. Dominican Republic, they've just had a multitude of opportunities. That's not up for debate. It's just been the lack of sharpness in the final third that's let them down tonight, and sometimes that's all it takes. Quijano picks off the pass. Owen Lorenzo and Brian Lopez are the two players getting set to come on as another attack fizzles out, this time for Nicaragua. No signal from the fourth official, so for now we'll play on. Is going to be a foul and a free kick. 16 minutes left of the 90. Just fluttered ahead. Not to nobody in particular. Just where Miguel Rodriguez wants it. For Nicaragua in his hands. It's a good effort to try to keep that ball in play by Carlos Ventura, the substitute. And now we'll see a couple more changes. Brian Lopez will come on. Michael Sambatoro is going to come off. And again, Noel Lorenzo, he's going to come on. And Ronaldo Vasquez, who's been so vibrant at times tonight, just didn't have the finishing touch. He will exit after a strong performance despite not finding the back of the net. Now Nicaragua come forward. The cross from Moreno was cut out. Maybe the DR can come the other way with it now. Baez is dragged down by Jaime Moreno. It's a free kick. Garcia. Lofting it into the space on the far side, occupied by Lopez, and then there's a player that stayed down for the Dominican Republic. It's Jeremy Baez, who's been so important to the cause. And now he needs to be stretched out, it appears. Marco Figueroa, how happy must he be at the moment? Knew that his team was under a bunch of pressure in the first half in particular, and they kept it at 0-0, and sometimes on the road, that's what it takes to get a foothold into the match. And the goal from Oldskred, and then the absolutely majestic finish from Oscar Acevedo have Nicaragua in pole position to get not only their 3 points here, but their first ever win over the Dominican Republic, and to do it in Santo Domingo. Make it just a little bit more special. That's the cherry on top of the sundae, if you will. There's still time. One goal can change the tide. Lorenzo finds some space. Great ball into the middle. It's touched across. In the end, Rodriguez gets there. Tony Romero got a boot to that. In the end, he pokes it out of the danger area, really, and gives Rodriguez the angle required to get to it. I want to beg your pardon. Actually, it's a Nicaraguan defender that gets a boot to it first. So actually, I take that back. It's crucial defending in the end. The Dominican Republic again. Baez, good to continue. Looks for a goal, strikes into his own player. Nearly sneaks through, and then a clearance is ricocheted off of a Nicaraguan defender, and it's out for a corner. It did look like that the Dominican Republic were getting another change ready. That is confirmed. Jeremy Baez has run his race, unfortunately. He's had a really good performance at times tonight. But he is done. And Luis Espinal, who scored here at the Estadio Olímpico Felix Sanchez for Pantoja in the Caribbean Cup, comes on for his country here. And from the looped corner, the assistant says the ball went out of play as it curled back into the penalty area. And that ends the sequence for the Dominican Republic. Well, that's a wasted opportunity there to get some service inside the 18-yard box. Ball is cleared ahead. Rodriguez pushing a chase. Whistle goes, throw in for the hosts. Nice control by Garcia. Pings the ball ahead. It's flicked on by Espinal, but into the path of Miguel Rodriguez. Another whistle, another free kick. Nicaragua try to use more clock here. Still 0-0 between Grenada and Suriname. The other live game that's going on is in this group. League B, Group B is Nicaragua. It's another free kick, and this time it's Cesar Garcia who sees yellow. It's actually the first Dominican Republic player to be booked tonight. He does take out Harold Medina there. The other game in this group has taken a late twist. Montserrat found an 81st minute equalizing goal. That game is tied up at 2 goals apiece with 7.5 minutes left. Here, the Dominican Republic running out of time here. Marcelo Nevalef knows that time is of the essence here. This injury stoppage will likely be taken into account for stoppage time. And the mood in this crowd has just totally changed from the first 35 minutes to the rest of the match. But they've stuck with them, hoping for a late twist in the tail. It starts with some defending here. By the way, goal confirmed in that Barbados-Montserrat match. Adrian Clifton equalizing there. Nicaragua find a third that would surely seal the points. It's a late challenge. It's a free kick conceded by Jacob Montes. Two goals for Nicaragua came in the 38th and 41st minute. And the Dominican Republic get a goal back here. That is going to be a foul, and it is a free kick. Romero brought down on the edge of the penalty area. Maybe some late life still in the hosts here. And the yellow card has also come out for the substitute, Jesus Quijano. Set-piece opportunity upcoming. Lovely ball through. Quijano's challenge takes Romero out of the play. And it's a yellow card. And it's a late set-piece chance. There's still enough time for the Dominican Republic. Can they get the first goal? That has been the question all half. Plenty of talent around the ball here to conjure up something that could give the DR some hope. As Cona, Lopez, and Morchel stand over it. 5 men in the wall, 1 behind the wall for Nicaragua. Anticipation is back in the crowd here. Is there to be a late climax for the DR? Lopez or Escona? It's hit by Escona, and it's headed high into the air. Goalkeeper comes for it. It's not the best clearance away. And Escona shields it out for a throw. Wasn't a bad effort from Inter Miami, man, just couldn't quite get it over the wall. From the throw, it's grabbing inside the penalty area. Espinal keeps it alive. Romero. Near side, Lopez chopping it into the penalty area. Kept alive by the substitute, Ventura. It's recycled all the way back to Garcia, who had a little bit of trouble getting it out of his feet. Does get out of trouble. Although they is picked off again by Medina. Run onto by Smith. And Smith is stood up by Azcona. Who's it last off of? It's last off of Nicaragua. And it's a goal kick. Nearly turned into a disastrous moment. The Dominican Republic still can come back here. They need to get that first goal. And the crowd is back into the match here. Lopez. Facing it out wide. Ventura. He finds some space for a cross. He finds Lorenzo. Lorenzo's ball across. He's deflected and cleared, but not definitively. It's out for a throw. Didn't go very far. The clearance by Perez. Five minutes plus stoppage time left. Azcona. Through to Espinal, who's fouled. And it's another free kick. Another opportunity for the Dominican Republic. This has been the missing piece. The final touches in the final third have been lacking. Can they change that here? It's going to be the captain, John Lopez. He chips it into the penalty area. It's headed out. It's chopped back in and bounced into Rodriguez. I think it was Carlos Ventura who took aim there. In the end, easy enough for Miguel Rodriguez, Nicaragua's goalkeeper. It's been a great effort these last few minutes for the DR, but again, just missing that clinical touch. A couple of subs. Nicaragua. Eric Tellez is going to come on with Luis Coronel. Eric Tellez plays for Dirianhen FC. As does Luis Coronel, and the tempers are fraying once again here. A couple of players have lost their heads in these final few minutes. The yellow card is out, I think, for Smith for Nicaragua. First things first, Harold Medina is going to come off. Eric Tellez. And Medina, who's being shepherded off by Azcona, is now going to be shepherded off by the referee. And the other change was for Leander Smith, who's already off the pitch and I think was booked on his way out as well. So just to clean that up, I think Smith got a yellow card, maybe knowing he was about to be substituted. Then was brought off for Luis Coronel, and then Eric Tellez comes on for Harold Medina. There's the confirmation of Smith's yellow. And there's 2 minutes plus, you would think, is a pretty big chunk of stoppage time left. There's been some time-wasting tactics. There's been some coming-togethers that have been instigated by both teams, frankly, at times. But at the moment, he's poised to be Nicaragua's night in Santo Domingo. They're so close now. A minute and a half left to find out how much time they need to hold out here. They've got the ball at the right end of the pitch from their perspective. And the Dominican Republic, it's a bit of a case of what could have been in the first half in particular. Whistle goes here at the back end. Is it a free kick or is it a goal kick? It's a free kick for the Dominican Republic as we enter the 90th minute of the match. Third time these teams have met. First time in the Nations League. Nicaragua on the verge of their first ever win over the DR. It would come in the DR. A look here at this corner brought down. Another reason that this would be a sweet moment is that Nicaragua didn't play in the Gold Cup. They broke a player eligibility rule. They were disqualified. Talk about some way to bounce back from that. "90 minutes are up. It's a corner for the Dominican Republic. And they have 5 added minutes left to try and salvage a point here. They need 2 goals. The first one has to come as soon as possible. Jean Lopez will try again here. Captain will swing this in for the Dominican Republic. Good ball. It's headed out of danger. And Nicaragua could potentially break here if the opportunity comes together, but the cross, or I should say the pass ahead from Coronel, is into no man's land, and Guzman resets for the Dominican Republic. Sending it back into the mixer, but it's headed towards Jaime Moreno, who plays it up ahead. Could be a chance maybe for Coronel, but he's had it cut out by Brian Lopez. It's a throw-in for the DR, 4 minutes left. Shell plays it back. It's chipped up ahead. Offside flag is up. Offside flag is up on the far side, and that negates any further action. Another check on the other game going on in the group. They're into stoppage time. Still 2-2 between Barbados and Montserrat. That would confirm that Nicaragua would go top of the group if this holds. Barbados and Montserrat would be second and third, and then the Dominican Republic would be in 4th place at the end of match day 1 in League B, Group B. Can Nicaragua finish off the points? Oh, decent strike from Jacob Montes, parried out for a corner by Guzman. That would have sealed the deal. Good save by Guzman. It's almost passed in by the substitute Montes. It's where Nicaragua wanted to be as they try to finish out these last few minutes. Quijano will take it. They'll keep it in this corner to use up more clock. Whistle goes. It's a free kick for the hosts here, who are running out of time. Again, it's so tough. In a group like this, only the top team advances, which is why this could be a crucial, crucial win for Nicaragua. And the draw in the other match certainly helps them out as well. Both teams dropping points will give Nicaragua a big boost heading into the games still to come in the fall and winter months. And of course, still some in September around the different leagues and groups. In the end, it really, as you can see, more tempers being put to the test here. Really came down to those 2 moments, the latter end of the first half. The goal from Molskred, who again, not sure he meant it, but he scored it with his head. And then the absolutely incredible finish from Oscar Acevedo. Came 3 minutes apart. And the DR have a late burst in them here. Espinal, lovely layoff. It's Azcona who drags the shot wide. that was the moment to give the DR a late lifeline. Espinal does so well to hold up the play, knows exactly where Azcona is going to run onto it. But Edison Azcona can't hit the target, and that could very well be that. Well, sent ahead by Rodriguez. Final seconds here. This cleared up field. Nicaragua have possession, and now they're just waiting for the final whistle. Garcia. The DR keep on fighting. Is threaded again towards the penalty area, but it is cleared away. And that's full time in Santo Domingo. History for Nicaragua, their first ever win against the Dominican Republic, and they do it in the Dominican Republic. It's a huge victory for Nicaragua. They win it by 2-0, and they will top Group B in League B after match day 1. Goals from Moldskred and Acevedo in the late stages of the first half are enough for all 3 points. The Dominican Republic have to look back at this game and wonder what could have been. They dominated the match for the first 35 minutes, but they've let it got away from them here. And now they are behind the 8 ball as we go into the latter stages of League B, Group B. There were certainly fireworks throughout, but Nicaragua come out on top as 2-0 winners. We do have full-time highlights still to come, but it's a historic night for Nicaragua. First ever Concacaf Nations League meeting between these two. It's the third all-time meeting, and it had been all Dominican Republic victories before this one. Nicaragua changed the script in this head-to-head, and they win their first ever game over the DR in Santo Domingo. A couple of goals that we can't wait to look back on here in this match. There's no question about that. And actually, it should be mentioned that there's been a late twist in the other Group B, League B match. Montserrat have scored deep into stoppage time, and they lead by 3-2. That game is still going on, but if it stands, it'll be Nicaragua at the top of the group. Montserrat will be in second, Barbados in third, and it will be the Dominican Republic in 4th place after what's turned out to be a pretty epic match day 1 in League B Group B play. Let's look back at the full-time match highlights from this one. Really intriguing game to take in. There's no question about that. There was multiple twists and turns in this game. Again, it's worth reiterating, the first 35 minutes, the Dominican Republic were the better side and looked the more likely to score the goals, but they weren't clinical enough in the final third, and Nicaragua would take advantage of that. Let's fully jump in to the full-time highlights here. Nicaragua had some opportunities during those early stretches, but Cesar Garcia and company were able to make some crucial challenges, and Johan Guzman was alert off his line on multiple occasions like this one. Keep it at 0-0, but it was the DR that had the best chance in the early stages of the half. Reyes here came oh so close to finding the back of the net, but couldn't put it on target, just scooping it over the goalkeeper, but wide of the frame. And Jeremy Baez was so active as well. Great cross into the middle here, cleared out of trouble. And then Nicaragua started to change the tide in this game. Cross coming in here from Smith, and Herrera couldn't get on the end of it. But then the first goal would arrive. Ball was played in. Oscar Acevedo would get his head to it. And then Moldskred, who thought he'd made a mistake on the way through, had his hands on his head. Well, it turns out he scored the goal with his head to give Nicaragua the lead. Look at his reaction there. He didn't realize what he had done. Thought he had made a mistake, maybe even missed the chance. Turns out he scores the chance, and Nicaragua took the lead inside of 38 minutes against the run of play, but a goal nonetheless. And then this moment of magic, Oscar Acevedo, a cheeky little chip from well outside the penalty area. Just a graceful finish over Guzman's arm. to give Nicaragua a glorious second goal. 2 goals in 3 minutes at the end of the half to give Nicaragua a lead of 2-0. Look what it means to them. An absolutely sensational goal. And in the second half, the DR kept pushing, looking for openings. Vasquez, with a pretty strong strike of his own, just couldn't hit the frame after finding some space on the outskirts of the penalty area, but couldn't test the goalkeeper. Reyes also forced a save out of Miguel Rodriguez on top of that. And then here, Romero slashing one across the face of goal, nearly hitting the target, but not being able to do so. And then another look at it here. Good control with his thigh, but couldn't hit the frame. And then Nicaragua had a chance to seal the points up. It was a shot from, in the end, the substitute Montez, and then Espinal on the overlap, final minute of the match as Cona dragging his shot wide, and that would be all she wrote in Santo Domingo. Nicaragua's night in the end here in Santo Domingo. It's full time in the other game as well. Montserrat have won. So in the end, Nicaragua win this one by 2-0. They go to the top of Group B, League B, and on behalf of our entire crew, I'm Sean St. Jacques. We say so long from the DR. A memorable night to help kick off this week 1 of the Concacaf Nations League. It finishes the Dominican Republic 0, Nicaragua 2.